your eyes if you wish. Let the noise of the world fall away like leaves from an old tree, because today, I wish to tell you something the universe whispered to me, the message carried by the wind, hidden in silence, buried in the breath of life. The message is this: you will receive a great abundance, but only if your soul is ready to receive it. You see, my friend, we live in a world that chases after wealth as if it is running away. But wealth, true wealth, is not something that runs. It is something that waits patiently for the right spirit to come into harmony with it. I remember once, many years ago, when I lived in a forest hermitage. There was a poor farmer who visited me. His hands were rough, his clothes torn, but his heart was vast, filled with kindness and humility. He said, "Master, I pray every day for money, for freedom, but it never comes." And I asked him, "Tell me, dear one, what do you do when your prayer ends?" He looked puzzled. "I return to my fields. I suffer, I worry, I hope, I beg the heavens to show mercy." Then I smiled and said, "You carry the seed of gold, but you water it with doubt, and the universe, my child, does not grow what you do not believe in." That is what I want you to understand today. It is not enough to ask. You must become the kind of person who receives. And that is why you are here, watching this message, because the universe knows. You have been struggling, you've been praying, you've been asking, sometimes in silence, with tears nobody sees. And now the universe is responding, not with coins or riches at your doorstep, but with alignment. Alignment with your higher self. With clarity, with purpose, with the stillness that attracts abundance without force. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Listen to me carefully. There are invisible laws that govern all receiving: the law of gratitude, the law of flow, the law of belief. If you wish to receive money or blessings of any kind, you must first become the kind of soul that money feels safe with. Money flows to peace. It flows to order. It flows to purpose. A mind that is in chaos repels prosperity. A heart that is bitter blocks the harvest. A soul filled with fear will never feel full, no matter how much it holds. So take this moment, place your hand on your heart, feel the rhythm of life. This is the first currency you ever received, your breath, and it is still being given to you, moment by moment, without price. Now whisper softly to yourself, "I am ready to receive." Say it again, not with desperation, but with peace. "I am ready to receive." And feel the shift inside you. This is not a prayer of begging. It is a prayer of becoming. When you truly align with the vibration of gratitude, of service, of trust, you become a magnet. The money, the opportunities, the guidance, they begin to find you, like rivers flowing to the sea. Let me tell you a story of a merchant who lost everything in a fire. All his wealth, his shop, his goods. He came to me. In despair, I offered him tea. We sat quietly. He asked, "Why has this happened to me?" And I said, "Perhaps your wealth became heavier than your soul could carry." He wept, not for the loss, but for the truth. In time, he rebuilt his life, but with deeper roots. He no longer chased money. He attracted it through service, through generosity, through purpose. You see, my friend, abundance is not a thing you pursue. It is a result of who you are. So today, I ask you, who are you becoming? Are you living with intention, or merely surviving by routine? Are you giving when you can, or grasping in fear? Are you open to blessings, or closed by disbelief? Because when the heart is open, the universe responds. Right now, I invite you to breathe in abundance. Breathe out resistance. Breathe in peace. Breathe out fear. The prayer I offer you is not one made of words. It is made of silence, presence, gratitude, surrender. Now I speak these blessings into your spirit. May your hands know how to receive as well as give. May your mind become clear so your path becomes visible. May you no longer ask for crumbs when you were born for harvest. May your days be full, not just with money, but with meaning. Stay here with me, because in the next breath, we go even deeper into the hidden teachings that unlock true wealth, not just of the world, but of the soul. Welcome back, my friend. You stayed. That already tells me something about your soul. You are not here by accident. You were drawn to this moment because a part of you, perhaps the quietest, most ancient part, knows it is time to awaken. Let me tell you this: the moment you begin to shift your internal world, the external world begins to rearrange itself in your favor. This is not magic. It is alignment. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've lived long enough in this world to understand something many overlook. True wealth begins the moment you stop asking, "How can I get more?" and instead ask, "How can I become more?" Let's go deeper into the layers of wealth. Not just the wealth of the pocket, but the wealth of the spirit. There are three kinds of riches in this world. The first is material wealth, what the world calls success, money, property, comfort. The second is emotional wealth, love, family, peace of mind. The third, and most rare, is spiritual wealth, clarity, purpose, and the ability to be content with very little, yet powerful enough to attract everything. Now ask yourself, have you been seeking the first while starving in the second and third? I once met a man who had everything: a big house, servants, cars, jewelry. He came to the monastery asking for peace. He said, "I can buy anything. Yet sleep avoids me like a frightened bird. I feel haunted by my own success." And I told him, "Then you have purchased bricks, not a home. You have hired smiles, not joy." He stayed with us for one season, just one. He rose before the sun. He swept leaves. He ate simply. And he learned that the noise outside is nothing compared to the noise within. By the time he left, he carried no gold, but he smiled in a way that told me he had found treasure. You, dear soul, are capable of the same. But first, you must rewrite your inner beliefs about money. Here is what you must remember: money is not evil. Fear is. Money is not your master. Consciousness is. Money is not the source. You are. When you say, "I am poor," you affirm a prison. When you say, "I am preparing," you open a door. Let that sink in. The universe is not holding back your blessings. It is waiting for you to open your hands. But too many of us clutch onto old stories, stories of lack, stories of betrayal, stories inherited from parents or past lives. Release them now, right here, with me. Say this softly: I release my fear around money. I choose peace over panic. I am safe to receive. You see, the energy of money is like water. If your vessel is cracked with doubt, it leaks. If it is blocked with shame, it overflows and disappears. But if your vessel is whole, meaning your beliefs, your actions, your intentions are in harmony, then the stream of wealth will stay, will flow, and will nourish not just you, but all those around you. You are not meant to be a dam holding everything to yourself. You are meant to be a channel, allowing money to move through you, to build, to bless, to heal. And yes, you can live in simplicity and still be abundant. You can meditate in silence and still attract clients. You can offer prayers and still receive payment. Let me ask you now, what does wealth mean to you? If your answer is just money, you are seeing the sky through a keyhole. But if your answer includes peace, service, joy, freedom, clarity, and purpose, then you are on the true path of divine prosperity. Because the universe is not a stingy giver. It is generous beyond measure, but it gives in alignment with your vibration. And your vibration is determined by the thoughts you feed, the beliefs you repeat, and the actions you take when no one is watching. I ask you again, who are you becoming? There is a seed of great power inside you, but it will not bloom in soil poisoned by comparison, envy, and fear. You must cultivate the garden of your mind daily. Meditation is one tool, gratitude is another. Stillness is powerful, but so is clarity of intention. So here's what I want you to do after this prayer ends. Write down what you are grateful for every morning without fail. Spend 1 minute every day visualizing yourself already living in abundance. Do one act of giving, even small, without expecting return. These are spiritual technologies. They shift your vibration, they open the invisible doors, and when those doors open, do not be surprised if wealth begins to find you from directions you never imagined. Not just financial wealth, but wisdom, opportunities, divine timing. Remember, the universe does not respond to your words alone, it responds to your energy. Even now, it is listening. Even now, it is aligning events on your behalf. Even now, someone is thinking about blessing you. Even now, a door is unlocking quietly behind the scenes. So take another deep breath. Place your hand on your heart again. Whisper gently, I am open to receive. I walk in faith. I welcome abundance into every corner of my life. Feel the warmth in your chest. That is not just breath. That is life. That is God. That is the universe saying, you are ready now. And as we move forward, I will take you even deeper into the sacred practices and wisdom teachings that will not only guide you toward wealth, but transform your entire life from the inside out. Stay with me. The next part of this journey reveals the most powerful truth of all, the reason why you are called to receive abundance now. Welcome again, dear soul. You have stayed. You have breathed with me. You have opened your heart a little more. And now we go deeper. So many people walk through life unaware of one simple truth: that the universe does not reward the loudest desire, but the clearest intention. In the monastery, we were taught to write our prayers with our actions, not just our mouths. One of my teachers once said, if you pray for rain but fail to prepare your field, then it is not faith you carry, it is fantasy. This teaching transformed me, because before abundance can be received in the physical world, it must first be honored in the spiritual world. You must become a space that holds abundance, not just a voice that asks for it. Let me share a story with you. There was once a young monk who served in silence for many years. He never asked for a reward, yet his eyes gleamed with peace. One day, a wealthy merchant visited our temple. He asked the abbot, why do I have everything yet feel so little? The abbot pointed to the young monk and said, because he gives everything yet needs so little. You see, lack is not the absence of money, it is the absence of meaning. And wealth is not the presence of luxury, it is the presence of love. purpose, and direction. When you live in alignment, life gives you more than what you chase. It gives you what you've become. Now let me tell you something most people overlook. Many chase wealth as if it is a finish line. But abundance is not a destination, it is a reflection. A reflection of your inner world, a mirror of how much you believe you deserve, how well you treat yourself, and how deeply you trust life. Ask yourself today, do I treat myself like someone worthy of abundance? Do I believe that what I desire is already moving toward me? Or do I cancel my blessings with doubt? Doubt is like fog on the spiritual path. It doesn't stop the sun. It only blinds you from seeing it. So how do we remove this fog? Stillness. Gratitude. Daily alignment. Let me offer you this simple practice every morning. Before touching your phone, your goals, or your problems, place your hand on your heart and say these 3 sacred acknowledgements. I am enough. I am ready to receive. I trust the timing of my life. And then sit, even for just 2 minutes. Let these words echo through your nervous system. Let them become more than phrases. Let them become your frequency, because the universe responds to who you are when no one is looking. Now, there is something else I must share with you. We are in a very sacred time, a time when old karmic cycles are breaking, when many are being called into a higher version of themselves. If you are here, listening to this, you are not just someone seeking money, you are someone who is ready to become a vessel of divine abundance, not just for yourself but to lift others. You are being chosen to break cycles of lack, of struggle, of survival. You are being called to step into a life of overflowing peace, wealth, and purpose. And that means one thing: you must now start living as if it has already happened. Walk like the money is already on its way. Give like you already have more than enough. Create as if your gift is already touching thousands. Because when your soul aligns with this version of reality, the physical world has no choice but to catch up. This is how miracles happen. The truth is, the universe has never once failed to deliver to a prepared heart. It only delays for the sake of your transformation. You might think you're being tested, but really, you're being trained. The seed must sit in darkness before it blooms in light. So if you've been waiting, wondering, know that the delay is not denial, it is design. And I'll tell you something from my own path. There was a time when I had nothing, no money, no clear direction. Only a quiet calling to go inward. In that space of surrender, not only did I find peace, but life began to send me unexpected gifts. People appeared, opportunities unfolded, resources flowed to me in the most effortless ways, because I was no longer chasing wealth, I was matching its frequency. And now, I ask you, are you ready to become magnetic to miracles? Because if you are, then prepare. Clean your energy, clear your mind. Organize your space, speak as one who is already blessed. Think as one who is already wealthy. Act as one who is already in service to the world, because soon everything you've asked for, peace, purpose, and prosperity, will arrive. And when it does, meet it not with surprise, but with a peaceful smile that says, yes, I was expecting you. Breathe with me once more. Inhale peace, exhale doubt, inhale wealth, exhale fear. Stay close, beloved soul, because in the next part of this journey, I will show you how to activate spiritual laws of abundance that many never learn, and how you can use your energy, not effort, to call in everything you desire. Welcome back, my friend. You have walked far with me. You are not here by chance, you were guided. And what I am about to share with you now may shift your entire relationship with abundance. Let us speak not only of prayers, but of power. The quiet kind, the kind that doesn't shout or demand, but radiates from the soul like a soft light from a lantern in the dark. The first spiritual law of abundance is this: what you seek is already seeking you, but it must recognize itself in your vibration. This means wealth, peace, healing, love, they are not outside of you. They are frequencies waiting for a match, and your job is not to chase, but to become the version of you that would naturally attract such blessings. Let me guide you through this with a parable. In the hills of Nepal, there lived an old monk who never asked for anything, yet the villagers always brought him food, clothes, even coins. One day, a traveler asked him, "Why do people give you so much when you ask for nothing?" The monk smiled and said, "Because I carry no hunger in my spirit, and so the universe uses me as a cup that overflows." That is the key, dear one. The less you need, the more you receive, because when you are full within, the world sees you as a vessel to pour into. Now, here is the second law of abundance: gratitude multiplies what it touches. You may have heard this before, but have you practiced it? I don't mean listing 5 things in a journal and walking away. I mean feeling gratitude like a fire in your belly. Try this. Think of a time you were helped unexpectedly. Perhaps someone smiled at you on a bad day. Perhaps money came when you needed it most. Perhaps a whisper of intuition saved you from danger. Hold that moment in your heart. Now say, quietly or aloud, "Thank you, life, I remember, I receive." Let this gratitude fill your chest. Let it rise behind your eyes. Let it become your default vibration. Because when you truly embody gratitude, you send a message to the universe: I am ready. I honor what you give me. I will not waste the blessing. You see, the universe does not invest in recklessness. It invests in stewardship. In those who are ready to care for what they're given. That's why before money comes, discipline must arrive. Before blessings grow, responsibility must deepen. And before your prayers are answered, your character must align. Now let's speak of the third law. Money is not evil, it is magnifying. So many people fear wealth because they have been taught that rich is corrupt, but this is not truth, it is a misunderstanding. Money does not change your spirit, it amplifies it. If you are kind, money will extend your kindness. If you are selfish, money will exaggerate your selfishness. So ask yourself this: what version of me will money awaken? This is why spiritual preparation is more important than financial strategy. In the monastery, we were taught to bless every coin, to speak to it, to honor it not as an object, but as an energy. We would say, you are a servant of light, you will nourish, you will heal, you will uplift. Do you bless your wealth in this way? Or do you fear it, hoard it, chase it with anxiety? Shift your relationship, and you will shift your results. Here is something else you must know: the fourth law of spiritual abundance. Energy flows where presence goes. Where you give your full attention, life grows. Whether it's your work, your relationships, or your finances, if you meet them with half your soul, they will give you back half their blessings. But if you meet them fully, in stillness, in commitment, in intention, they will bloom like a lotus in the sun. So today, choose one area of your life, just one, and be fully present with it for even 30 minutes. Watch how quickly it begins to change. Watch how quickly you begin to change. Before I close this part of our journey, I want to offer you a sacred truth from deep within my path. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not unlucky. You are simply unfolding, and no flower rushes. It's blooming. It trusts the light. It trusts the soil. It trusts the invisible hands that water it. So must you. Let us end with this whispered affirmation. Breathe slowly with me. Inhale deeply and exhale gently. Repeat softly. I release all fear of money. I open my heart to divine abundance. I trust the sacred timing of my blessings. Good. Let this energy ripple into the hours ahead and carry this peace into your home, your thoughts, your steps. In our next meeting, we will explore how money becomes a divine tool, how to heal from financial wounds passed down by generations, and how to walk this earth as a master of abundance, not a seeker of it. We are not finished. Beloved one, we are just beginning. You've come so far, beloved one. By simply listening and staying present, you've already begun shifting your inner landscape. So let us continue deeper now, where true wealth begins, where money is no longer a goal, but a mirror. You see, there is a wound many carry, a hidden pain that whispers, I am not worthy of abundance. Perhaps it came from a childhood where there was always lack. Perhaps it came from spiritual teachings that condemned riches. Or maybe it came from generations of survival, where every coin was fought for and fear became the inheritance. This wound must be healed, because as long as you believe you are unworthy, you will unconsciously reject the very blessings you pray for. Let me tell you a story. In a quiet temple nestled between mountains, a young monk was given a bowl made of gold. He refused to accept it. He said, "Gold is too precious. I am just a student." The master replied, "Then you are still far from wisdom, because the bowl does not corrupt the rice. It simply holds it more beautifully. And so too it is with you. You were not born for scraps. You were born to carry blessings with dignity, to hold divine provision in clean hands, to multiply, not just to survive. Say this with me now, softly and slowly, so your soul may hear. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of prosperity. I am worthy of divine abundance. Again, I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of prosperity. I am worthy of divine abundance. Now breathe and feel the soft cracking of old beliefs beginning to fall away. Let us now explore the fifth law of divine abundance. Wealth is created in the invisible first. Before it reaches your bank, before it's held in your hand, wealth forms in the mind, in the heart, and in the energy field. So ask yourself, do my thoughts reflect expansion? Do my feelings match abundance? Or do I think in limitation, speak in scarcity, live in fear? Because just as a farmer plants before the harvest, you must first plant the energy of abundance in silence, in thought, in intention. Even 5 minutes of aligned presence is more powerful than 10 hours of fearful labor. This is why monks wake early to sit in stillness, not because they wish to escape the world, but because they know that when the inner world is clear, the outer world becomes a reflection. The same principle applies to your relationship with money. Sit with your finances, don't avoid them. Bless every bill you pay, smile at every cent you receive, declare, this is a sacred exchange. Money flows to me because I use it with love and wisdom. And so, let us now speak of generational patterns. You may not know it, but many of your beliefs about wealth are not yours. They are echoes of those who came before you, your ancestors, those who toiled, who struggled, who did what they could. They passed down survival patterns. And you, dear one, were not born to suffer in the same loop. You were born to complete it, to bless them by breaking the cycle. So today, I invite you to say this sacred release. To my ancestors who feared poverty, I honor your pain, but I release your fear. To those who worked without rest, I honor your labor, but I choose peace. To those who never had enough, I honor your endurance, but I welcome overflow. Let this be your healing, because when you heal the root, the branches grow new fruit. And finally, we arrive at the sixth law. Receiving is a sacred skill. Many can give, few can receive. Some reject compliments, others feel guilt when they're blessed. But true receivers know that accepting with grace is just as divine as giving with love. You must learn to open your hands, not just to give, but to welcome what is yours by divine appointment. And so, I leave you now with this prayer. Not to ask, but to align. Divine Source, let me walk this path in humility and power. Let me use wealth as a light, not a shadow. Let my blessings heal not just me, but all I touch. I am ready, I am open, I receive. Pause. You are ready, dear soul. And you will see shifts soon, not because of chance, but because you are becoming the version of you that money, peace, and purpose recognize and run toward. This is not the end of the journey. It is the soft rising of a new dawn in your being. Here, in our final conversation, we will speak of the last and greatest truth: how to walk in daily alignment with abundance, how to remain connected when storms come, and how to become a magnet for miracles. You've made it to the end of the path, but not the end of your journey. No, dear one, this is only the beginning. You are not who you were when we started. You've shed old layers, released invisible chains, and allowed new truths to take root. So now, as we close this sacred circle, let me speak to you one final time, not from above, but from beside you, as a fellow traveler, a quiet mirror, a brother in spirit. Let us reflect on everything we've uncovered. You learned that abundance begins inside, that money is energy, and energy flows where attention goes. You now understand that gratitude attracts more, while fear shuts the gates of receiving. You've discovered that you are not bound by your past, nor are you the prisoner of ancestral limitations. You are the bridge, the one chosen to rewrite the story. You now know the power of intention, the purity of aligned thought, and the sacred strength of receiving with grace. And finally, you've tasted the deep truth that wealth is not merely money, but time, health, peace, clarity, and purpose. All of it is wealth. So I ask you this, beloved one, what will you do now that you are awake? How will you walk in this world knowing what you now know? How will you speak, serve, share, and shine? Here is my final lesson. Abundance stays with those who stay present. Presence is the doorway to miracles. It is in the breath, in the sunrise, in a small act of kindness. When you are fully here right now, you open the vaults of the universe, because the divine does not pour into the distracted, it flows into the devoted. So begin each morning with silence, even 2 minutes. Say, I am here, I am open, I am ready. Throughout your day, bless the ordinary. When you wash your hands, bless the water. When you eat, bless the food. When you receive, no matter how small, say, thank you, universe, I receive this and more. And when storms come, as they always will, do not resist, do not fear. Instead, return to the truth. I am the calm, I am the channel, I am the chosen one. Because storms are not punishments, they are sacred winds that clear the path. And now you walk with such knowing that nothing can shake your foundation. Now, beloved soul, let me leave you with the final prayer, a seed you may carry, repeat, and plant wherever you go. Universe, I no longer chase, I attract. I no longer fear, I flow. I no longer doubt, I trust. May every breath I take be a doorway for divine abundance. May every step I take be lit by peace and purpose. May my life become a blessing for all who cross my path. I receive, I rejoice, I rise. And so it is. Let this be the day you remember, you are already enough, you are already chosen. You are already in alignment with the abundant, benevolent universe. There is nothing more to earn. There is only more to accept. Now, go living not as the seeker, but as the one who has found. Let wealth follow you. Let peace dwell in you. Let miracles recognize you. And remember, when you forget, when the world distracts you, return to this stillness, this temple, this moment, this prayer. It is always here inside you. You have listened deeply. You have opened the gates. Now go, receive what is already yours. The universe has already said yes. If this message spoke to your heart, share it with someone you love. Let them receive too. Subscribe to continue this journey with us and comment below, I receive this blessing.